welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BroxNet TV, and while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. Our next guest is an entrepreneur who looks to maximize the full potential of her clients through her company, VJR Enterprises. As a leadership consultant, she's been able to coach individuals from entry level to executives, including companies such as Fortune 500, iHeartMedia, NBC Universal, Comcast, Barclays, BlackRock, and that's just to name a few. And she has a nonprofit organization called the Female Collaborative, and recently launched a new show called Victoria Jenn. Hashtag Victoria Jenn TV on YouTube. And joining us to tell us more, please welcome VJR Enterprises CEO and founder Victoria Jenn Rodriguez. Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you.
It's nice to finally have you here.
I know. We tried so much, but we did it.
No, well, it's all good.
Yes.
I know you and I became acquainted during a 100 Hispanic Women conference, and you were one of the panelists, and you've been doing magnificent work.
Thank you.
And it's been an absolute delight to follow your journey. And,
Thank you.
Again, the fact that you've chosen to take what you do and pass it forward to females and people of color. Let's just talk a little bit about how this whole arc took place.
Yeah, so 15 years in corporate America, and about 3 years ago, I decided to bet on myself and go entrepreneurship full time. And so my consultancy focuses on humanizing the corporate experience, and so working with institutions to help them build out strategic campaigns on how they attract, develop, and retain talent, as well as one-on-one coaching with people. And the Female Collaborative was born as a result of me going to networking events as an entrepreneur, trying to get some capital, trying to build real relationships to scale my business. And there was a genuineness that I felt that was missing, an authenticity that I was yearning for. And so since I didn't see it in the market, I created my own.
Nice. Smart.
Yes.
Right? So you did the whole corporate thing.
Yes, I did.
And what did you feel in that experience was missing?
I felt the human element was missing from the corporate experience. And so it's very robotic, especially in the industries I worked in. So I worked on Wall Street, I worked in pharma, healthcare, and it's very structured, and it's very much about oiling the machine instead of smart disruption. And so I decided there was a gap in the market, especially with the generational shift and just new talent wanting to work for organizations that really appreciate their individuality and want to invest in them in different ways. And so now is the perfect time for what I offer in terms of getting organizations to think and develop their employees differently.
I like that term, smart disruption.
Yes, yes.
Oh, please define it.
Well, it's defined, disruption sometimes has a negative connotation. And so I put the word smart in front of it so that people can digest it a little bit better. But essentially what it is, it's innovation. It's rocking the boat. It's coloring outside the lines. It's not being afraid to set a trend instead of doing what everyone else is doing.
So since you said you focused on working with the actual machines, the people who are contributing to the machine,
Yes.
What do you feel is the gap between the leadership and the workers?
I think there's some biases, right? Some bias that exist. And also, I think we've all been preconditioned to believe, especially people of color, that we need to work a certain way, we need to look a certain way, we need to talk a certain way in order to fit in. And so a lot of my work is centered around empowering people to stand out, because that is your true competitive advantage.
Right. And so the day and age that we live in right now, with a lot of accessibility,
Yes.
and visibility,
Yes.
right? Because people have the ability to be their own entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So these individuals, do you work with them?
Those who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so how do you coach them?
Well, we really start with your why. Why are you doing this?
Right.
Because it's your why that's going to allow you to go through this struggle. It is a hustle, and it takes a certain personality and characteristics in order for people to actually succeed. 90% of new business owners fail in the first year. I believe that's the stat, but it's a pretty staggering stat. And so your why is what's going to carry you through. So we spend a lot of time around your why, and also a reality check. I think entrepreneurship has been positioned in a way where it's exotic, and people are looking to give their 9 to 5 the deuces so they can go do their own thing because it feels empowering, but it's the hardest work you will ever do.
Right, because there is no time clock.
Nope, and you are your own boss, and the self-discipline that's required with that type of freedom takes a certain kind of person to hold out in the long run.
And what's your take on this new wave of branding and just doing the entrepreneurship via the social media, Instagram, and or like life coaching via Instagram? Like, I just see a lot of promotional and sponsored pages that are people selling through the social media, which kind of makes it's for me, it isn't as welcoming as it was when it first started.
I think there's negatives and positives to it. I think everyone needs to understand why they're doing it. And also on the consumer front, you need to do your research to make sure you're not getting taken advantage of. But social media is a powerful tool, and any smart person is going to use that tool in order to reach their success level, whatever their goal is. And so you just need to determine why you're in it. And if you're in it to win it, you're going to do whatever you need to do.
Right. And I guess really where I'm coming from is the perspective of just a person using social media to build their business, but not really build their business.
Right, meaning it's phony, what they're promoting. They really have no business.
Right.
Well, it's a fact, and it happens quite often, and that's what happens when you enter saturated markets or when you are given a platform such as social media to say and do whatever as you like. And so again, it's up to the consumer to do the research.
Now, we definitely have to talk a little bit about the Female Collaborative,
Yes,
right?
let's do
Because
that.
you have a summit coming up,
Yes,
right?
I do.
So let's talk about that.
Yes, we have our third annual Women Who Roar Summit on March 6th through 7th at the Tillery Hotel in Brooklyn. Very cute hotel. And this is our premier event that we host every year. It's a 2-day experience where women come together to really revitalize their soul and also walk away with a sharper mindset so that they can pursue their endeavors both personally and professionally.
And so how does this work? Are people become members, or is it just a conference that people can just sign up for and pay for? Can they pay for both days, or can they pay for each day individually? And what kind of females are we talking about? Like what levels?
So it is for the public. We are a membership organization, so of course our members get priority access, they get the discounts. It's for women who have at least 10 years of experience, so we're talking about seasoned women who are looking to collaborate with other seasoned women to create magic together. And so that's the profile that we're looking for. We have professionals, executives, all the way up to the executive level, entrepreneurs, influencers. Mainly if you identify as a badass and you're doing good in this world and you're looking to multiply that, the Female Collaborative is for you.
So does the business matter? What type of business? Like, are you pairing people up according to their respective fields, or is that not even important?
Well, we are diverse in the sense that we represent over 50 industries. We have a 2,000 plus network, and so the significance of our network is a diversity of experience and value add. And so it's really for the woman who is looking to level up in a number of different ways. It really is dependent upon what are you working on and then going and collaborating with somebody in that industry or field.
Beautiful. And so before we go, let's just share really quickly so that people can check you out on YouTube, what you share on your YouTube channel.
Yes, so Victoria Jenn TV is my baby. It's where I interview professionals of color to talk about their stories and their tribulations, but from a very vulnerable and raw standpoint. And the objective is to empower the viewers to be comfortable in their own skin, live out loud, and not feel like you need to adapt to the machine, but you in fact can create the machine.
Yeah, and or be a contribution to the machine.
Absolutely.
As you are and as you are not.
Yes.
Thank you.
You got it.
For bringing it
Thank
here.
you so much. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. And you guys, once again, for career coaching and everything with the Female Collaborative, be sure to visit VJRenterprises.net. And actually, for the Female Collaborative, you can sign up by going to, where do they have to go? Oh,
thefemalecollaborative.com/events.
okay, so it's thefemalecollaborative.com/events. There you go. All right, stay tuned, because our next guest is a multi-platinum record producer, and we're finally going to get to sit down with him and talk about his upcoming projects and giving back to the community. Don't go